Now, through the miracles of modern technology, zany worldwide banner featuring Tom, Michelle, and Jim in an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all. Welcome to the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, this is the After Show where we have, well, just tons of fun. We have people on hold, we have people in the studio, and guess what? Michelle is back. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, hello. Glad to be back, yes.
Still don't have that revolver, huh?
No, I don't. Thanks for bringing that up. No.
Yeah, we cheer you and then we knock you back down. It's okay.
That's right. There's reality, yes.
Wouldn't it be great
That's right. So how's that revolver? Oh, that's right. Yes. It's not here yet. Darn.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
It was fantastic because in the third hour, of course, we had a wonderful range report. So people can live through that.
That's right. So you're doing vicarious shooting now? Is that what it is?
That's right.
Yes.
I said, talk to me. Come on, let me hear it.
I used to do that, but I didn't know how to field dress a vicarious, so I didn't do that vicarious shooting anymore. So there you go.
And the bishops didn't like it either.
Oh, my heavens. Okay. So we got Jim, and we got Michelle, and we've got Steve, and we got Justin. So we might as well just get on with it. Steve in Arkansas. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just got in from a drill.
Okay.
And
so you have range reports for us.
Yes. I'm a double 44 Magnum shooter. I've got the Super Red Hawk and Winchester Model 94 lever action.
Oh.
And they're both scope, so depending on how far away they are is what I shoot them with. I can shoot 2-inch groups with the scope with 50 yards with the pistol and 100 yards with the rifle.
All right, let me ask you, if you put the revolver, the Super Red Hawk, on a rest with the scope, have you ever tried it at 100 yards to see what you could do with a good solid rest?
Yeah, I'm a military firearms instructor. I've shot the 100. I've shot the 150, but I can barely see the top of the target through the bottom of the scope. But yeah, it'll hit it.
Right.
I'm accurate offhand at 50 with the scope, so it's 75 yards to the wood line where I hunt, and then you can see about another 30 to 40 yards in there. It's pretty open until it gets thick, and I use the rifles for that.
Right.
But I'm a disabled veteran, and I can't walk that far. I hunt from a ground stand, so.
Let me ask you, have you killed any deer with your revolver?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I use a 240 grain Remington, Winchester 44 Remington mags, soft points. Mm-hmm. And then when I use it for, I take the scope off, and I'll carry it concealed or open with 188 grain Federals, Hot Shots, jacketed hollow points.
Wow. Okay.
But I've got a custom leather under shoulder holster for scoped or unscoped. I've got two different holsters for it, and I've got a scabbard, back scabbard for the rifle that I use to carry it in.
How long have you been hunting with a revolver?
Oh, as long as I can remember. Well, I got it for Father's Day after my first military deployment in 2003, so 12 years.
Wow, okay. That's pretty neat.
Now, all headshots, you don't have to track them.
Headshots with a revolver, I like it. Now, let me ask you this. I try to explain to people, when you switch from a rifle to handgun hunting, it's kind of like going to bow hunting. It just changes the whole dynamic because you have to be closer. It just adds a lot more, to me, a lot more enjoyment to the whole thing.
No doubt. But it's all 99% carry, 1% shoot. So I'm covered for that. Both hands free to walk and do whatever I need to do, and then I settle in and wait for them to come to me.
There you go. Well, that is a great range report, Steve. I appreciate you calling in and appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you, sir. Yeah, hunting deer with a revolver with a scope, shooting 2-inch groups at 50 yards. That's a guy can shoot. Man.
Heck yeah.
So I like it. Now, I do know people who just take headshots because they want all the meat and going, okay, that works. If you're capable of it, it's just that not everybody is. A lot of people think they're better shots than they are, but evidently Steve is a serious shooter instructor, so he knows what the heck he's up to. Very cool, though. Lever action 44 mag along with a revolver in 44 mag. I like the combination.
Yeah, Jim's drooling because we're back on that lever action thing.
Yeah. See, I wanted a lever action 44. I've always wanted one because I've got a 44 carbine. I just thought it'd be cool to have a lever action. And then I said, well, 357's cheaper to shoot, and more people make them, etc. Then you guys got me going on this 327 Magnum. So I don't know.
You never. I think one of each.
One of each.
There you go. See, you can buy more. That's right. I think I heard that in a song somewhere.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's get Justin. He's in Granite City, Illinois. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man?
Hey, how y'all doing?
first of all, I'd like to thank Steve for his service.
Yes, sir.
And but also, if you guys can, if you guys want to keep on talking about lever guns, I'm more than happy to listen. But because actually, my baby is my 3-inch 44, and I've been trying to hunt down a good marlin to match.
There you go.
I've got 2 questions for you. The first one is, I just got back from the range today, about 4 or 5 hours out today. And, just kind of taking my time shooting, putting about 50 to 100 rounds for each gun I took out. And the nutty side of me just wants to go sit down and play with my guns and clean them and everything else like that. The other side of me just wants to go sit down with my wife and hang out for a couple hours before the day's over. So, but my question is, how often do guns, other than just a quick wipe down of the exterior, how often do they really need to be good and cleaned out? Really get all the gunk out and all that type of stuff.
I'll tell you what I know should be done, and I'll tell you what I do. How's that?
What
should be done is you should clean them every time you shoot them. It's just simple as that. You should break it down, not to the finer points, but just strip it down. And the thing is, it really shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to clean a gun. That's for a good, thorough cleaning. If you're talking about a handgun, you just take the barrel out, wipe it down with a little solvent, wipe the rails, run a brush through the barrel, put a few drops of lube on the rails, put it all back together, and you're done. That's a 3 to 5 minute job. Don't you think, Michelle?
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I would say so.
It's not like you got to do much more than that. What kind of gun are we talking about? Let's get to that, I guess.
Like my wife's 20 gauge over and under, my 870 we took out, my brown and gold hunter got shot today, my 3-inch 44, and my M&P.
All right, I can make this one really easy because I'm lazy. Okay.
Listen to gun talk while I'm cleaning them and take 3 hours.
Well. No. You can do that.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Those long boar brush kind of mop-looking sticks? What do you call those, Michelle?
Boar snake?
Big fuzzy stick. A big fuzzy stick you stick down the barrel of a shotgun.
Like Happy's boar swabs and stuff like that?
But but the actual fuzzy part is like 2 or 3 feet long.
Mm-hmm. Tico tools?
Get you one of those, okay?
Okay.
Now it takes 6.2 seconds to clean the barrels out of an over and under shotgun. Open it up, run it down one barrel, take it out, run it down the other barrel, done. Okay, that's done with that. That's all you need to do. Take the barrels off of the over and under, take a rag with some gun oil on it. Don't spray anything on guns. Never spray on guns. Then wipe the ejectors, maybe a drop on the ejectors, and then on over and unders. Here's one thing you need to watch. On the pivot points, I like to use grease there. Now, some people, the Slip 2000 guys say they make a grease. They said you don't really have to do it, but some people like it. I just like grease on those pivot points. I want something as thick as I can get it there. But that's the only other thing on over and unders. A little drop of grease on the pivot points, put the barrels back on, call it happy. Wipe everything down with the good gun oil, a Slip 2000 something. Same thing on the other shotguns. Pull the barrel off, maybe. I would pull the barrel off. I would run the little big fuzzy stick down the barrel. I'd wipe it all down, maybe with a solvent, then wipe it down with an oil, and that's about it. Honestly, that's about it with all of it. The only thing that takes a lot of time is if you're shooting a rifle a lot for accuracy and you really got to do the full bore cleaning with brush and solvent and swab and all that. That takes a little bit longer, but the stuff you're talking about, just wipe them, oil them, put them away. No time at all.
Okay, well, and because I always say, well, I'll do it tomorrow after I get home from work. And then life happens, and next thing I know, it's next weekend we're going out to shoot again. So, I just want to make sure I'm not hurting my babies too bad. But
the reason you want to do that is this. Unburned gunpowder, or even burned gunpowder that's stuck to metal, is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture. And that's why old guns have pitting inside the barrels, because each of those little pieces of gunpowder that's on the inside of the barrel becomes a teeny tiny little sponge. And it soaks up moisture, and then it sits there and rusts those little places, and now you have pits in there. And I will tell you from experience, because I wasn't good at it, when you take a gun out of a gun case or a gun cabinet or a safe and there's rust on it, it is one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah.
So just food for thought there. Okay, you had another question for me.
Yes. On our way home from the range, I looked at the clock and it said 3:38. And the first thing that went into my mind was 3:38 looked good. Does that mean I'm nuts?
Yes. Yes, okay. You're nuts like the rest of us are. I mean, come on. Michelle, Jim, honestly, how many times have and Justin, how many times have you remembered a hotel room, a street address, or something? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go down to 223 Willow Street. Oh, I can remember that.
Yeah.
357 password. Yeah.
You can get into half the gun ranges in the world if you know like 4 different numbers for their combination. If it's a 3-digit lock, try 357 or 308. If it's a 4-digit lock, try 3006 or 1911. That'll get you to half the shooting ranges, right?
Oh my.
Well, because I know even last time when I called in talking about my wife, everybody needs to sit back and shut up and just let her do her thing. I was telling Michelle whenever she picked up the phone, somehow it came up and I said, I saw the clock, it said 4:05. I'm thinking 4:05 Winchester. I mean, it's just.
And the more you know about guns, the more it happens. Because you go, oh, yeah, I know that one. That's a 270. That's a 264. Yeah. And after a while, you go, almost any number is a caliber.
Just throw yourself and get cartridges of the World Book.
Oh, my God.
You know what? I've almost contemplated doing that myself.
Yes, great information in that book. Great information.
It is. I gave one to Jim, right?
Yeah, this is great.
So, all right, you got to tell them what my wife calls that book because she makes fun of all of us gun geeks.
Cartridges of the World Unite.
Nice.
She texts you. Hey, Justin, I got some advice for you, buddy. If you roll over in the middle of the night and you look at your alarm clock and it says 30:06, go back to bed.
Or 270.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. Something is badly wrong. Exactly right.
Can't forget about 257 Roberts.
That's true.
This is true. That's true.
That'll work out.
I mean, seriously, it's amazing how many times a hotel room or something, you go, oh, I can remember that. And there's your caliber, and it sticks in your head. And the answer to your question is yes, it does mean you're nuts. Welcome to the family.
That sounds good to me. I like it here. It's my kind of people.
There you go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Carry on. All right, let's take a quick break. We come back. I got some news about one of our listeners that I will update everybody on because I know some people want to know. And we'll kind of find out what you guys have been doing. So we'll be right back.
The XDM 3.8 Compact from Springfield Armory is 2 guns in 1. Use as your concealed carry gun with a compact magazine and use the extended magazine for home defense. Carry 13 rounds of 9mm in the compact magazine and a whopping 19 rounds in the extended magazine. To see the entire family of Springfield Armory XDM pistols, go to SpringfieldArmory.com. That's SpringfieldArmory.com.
Behind every revolution is a patriot. Just as this great country was founded on the ideals of many, the new Mossberg Patriot is the sum of all that came before it. Reliable, timeless, built to last. The classic American hunting rifle with a heritage forged over generations has come home. Mossberg, built rugged, proudly American.
All right, before we get started, guys, I saw this on the Thunder Ranch Facebook page, my friends Clint and Heidi Smith. And then I just got this note at the end of the show, actually at 3:53, right before the show ends. And I'll just read it. Tom, this is the husband of Tina Drake from Jacksonville. You know, Tina has called the show a number of times. Mm-hmm. Last Wednesday, Tina passed away. As you know, cancer had been battling her for quite some time. She was a longtime fan of yours, and you had quite an influence on her. She was a 5-time graduate of Thunder Ranch. All right, Tina.
Heck yeah.
I want to let you know, says she now has all of our 6s and shoots every day with free ammo. Thanks for everything and your advice over the years.
Wow. How cool is that?
Yeah, pretty cool. She would call in. She says, "Yeah, I've been out to Thunder Ranch again doing my therapy," and I knew what she was talking about. and she's been battling this for a long time. But and she would call in with these great reports. So great attitude. I love that set. Now she has all our 6s and shoots every day with free ammo. Way to go, Tina. And thank you to Clint and Heidi for taking her in and making her part of your family and our family. So very cool. It's, you know what it is sometimes, guys, it just feels like a family.
Yes, sir. More so than people want to believe.
It's true, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is. So anyway, we passed that along. So, Michelle, you've been gone for months.
She's been boycotting us,
Months,
I think.
Yes.
I'm not coming back until... So did you do anything fun on your summer vacation this fall?
You know what? My fall summer vacation. Yes, actually,
right.
I did. I took some time to spend with some really good friends and family and got to shoot. We did a little bit of hunting, did some mid-range type stuff, played around with the 6.5 Creedmoor a little bit more and some 222
Talk to
rounds.
me.
You know, that is... It's probably not well known, although I think Ruger's doing a good job at bringing them back with the precision gun and everything that they have. But, boy, it's just a nice shooting rifle. Obviously, it's great for long range. Not a whole lot of recoil that comes off of the gun. And
Right.
I don't know, just pleasant. It's a great hunting round. I mean, people could use it for almost anything that they want to, depending on where they are.
Well,
So
it's funny you say it, because what's happened is, yes, it's really good for long-range shooting, but people are discovering what Europeans have known for 100 years as they shot the 6.5 by 55 Swedish cartridge, because this is pretty much the same ballistics, really. Let's see, kills stuff and doesn't hurt the shooter, and it's fun to shoot. Mm-hmm. You're going, yeah, kind of fun, but for whatever reason... Shooters in the U.S. kind of almost never caught on to the whole 6.5 thing. The 264 Win Mag was very good, but they never, the 7mm wiped it out. I don't know, but all of a sudden, 6.5, wow, that's a great idea. Yeah, right.
well, Hornady's making
We've known
some
that for 100 years.
right, and Hornady's making some great ammunition. I mean, it was just shooting off the factory, shelf type stuff. So it wasn't anything that we had hand loaded at this point in time, but will be. Obviously, as we gain more and more brass.
Save all your brass.
That's right.
Exactly. Save your brass.
That's right. But no, it's just a phenomenal cartridge. So I highly recommend go play with that. So,
just saw another report, somebody writing up of the Ruger Precision Rifle and saying, okay, yeah, really, this thing really is the real deal. It really shoots. It's just that they terribly, terribly underestimated the demand. They thought, well, how many people are really going to want to, what is it, like $1,500 or something for that rifle?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But
I mean, except that it competes with an Accuracy International rifle that's more than twice that expensive. So if you want a really nice long-range rifle, it's not a bad price for one of those. But anyway, they were saying, Ruger saying, we just kind of blew our estimates on this, and we had no idea, just no idea how many people would want this rifle.
Good problem to have.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, they're sitting there explaining to their investors, because they're publicly traded, so they put all that information out, and they said, well, on this one, we blew it, guys, and we're making them as fast as we can. We're trying to catch up, blah, 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 blah. So, but I did like my conversation with Corey Trapp over at Gunsight. I said, man, I got Corey for like 5 minutes. I'm just going to pick his brains about long-range shooting. What do you think about the 6.5? It was like he's going, yeah. It's like for people that want to cheat at this. I'm going, what? Yes. And, it says, well, it doesn't kick. It doesn't kick a lot. Okay. And it shoots really far, and it's accurate. Yeah.
that's not cheating. That's being smart.
I'm going, yeah. And the bullets really don't drift much in the wind. I'm going, I'm still waiting for the bad part of this. I'm just not getting it.
And the downside is...
Yeah. Of course, he's thinking, yeah, but, with this other stuff, you got to put up with stuff, and you got to dial in a lot of wind drift and all the cool stuff that we know how to do. Yeah. So I got to get over... I'm either going to get there or to the FTW ranch. I need to go not do a TV show on it, which is fun to do and all that. But when you do a TV show on one of these classes, you don't actually take the class because you're busy doing TV.
Right.
So I need to go and not take any cameras or anything and just take the class. By the way, this week on Pursuit Channel, it's actually up on our YouTube channel now also. If you look for Gun Talk on YouTube, we're doing the show we did at the FTW ranch. We sent Michelle Serino and her son Colton. there. Instead of a father-daughter, father-son, we went with a mother-son combination to take the hunter prep class. They're doing long-range shooting, and then they're getting charged by elephants and Cape buffalo, and it is hilarious. The two of them, you will love this, Michelle. They're sitting there. We got the scene, and they're part of the training there is they're teaching them how to clean their guns and clean rifles the right way and all. And she looks over at 18-year-old Colt and she says, "Never tell your father that I know how to do this."
Yes, my kind of woman. This was not part of the class.
That's right. I do not know how to clean guns. You got to keep him cleaning all the guns.
Nice.
It was great.
Oh.
Oh, fun stuff.
I shot well, but the cleaning portion I flunked.
That's right.
Can you show me one more time how to do that?
Yeah, Tom Sawyer. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the fence we've got of whitewash.
This is fun. You should try it.
Yeah, I didn't fall for that one either.
No. And truthfully, it's like we had the Steve or somebody was asking about the gun cleaning. It's really not that hard. Oh yeah, it was Justin. Honestly, with the good products we have now, a little solvent, a little lube, a little metal protectant, just clean it, put it back together. You do not have to sit there and scrub on stuff anymore. It's amazing how good our products are. And honestly, what do you think, Michelle? If you came back from shooting, in 30 minutes, you could have everything cleaned.
Oh, well, obviously it depends on what kind of arsenal you're taking out with you, but yeah, you could. And, I think the only thing we have to be aware of is as we shoot some of the inexpensive ammunitions or the lead cast bullets that they tend to collect a little bit more. You get the plastic fouling or lead fouling.
Yeah.
Right. And that might take a little bit more time, but really, like you say, the products that you have, and if you use them the way that it's supposed to be used, it's kind of like seasoning a cast iron skillet. It just cleans up easier within the family of products, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. That was well put.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cast iron skillet.
Seriously.
Of gun cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because for those us who have seasoned a cast iron skillet, put the oil in there, put it in the oven, the whole deal, get it started.
and then after put that, it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Start all over again, right? Oh, yeah, you just removed all the seasoning. Thank you very much. Or you give it to somebody and they take steel wool to it and really scrub it. Oh, yeah, I got it really clean for you.
No. It was all blackened.
Do you know the best way to clean those?
I got all that black stuff out of there, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the easy way to clean a cast iron skillet?
Yeah.
Salt and oil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rock salt. Not rock salt, but the big chunks of salt and oil and
Yeah.
You rub it in, baby.
Yep. A little bit of salt with some paper towel. Scrub it out.
Re-oil it when you're done and put her away.
I leave it on the stove, and then when I come back the next day, it's been cleaned.
It's already clean. That's amazing.
Wow.
You got one of those self-cleaning ones.
It's cool. I got self-cleaning cast iron.
As long as her guns work that way, we're good.
Funny you mention that. I don't remember her ever cleaning any of her guns.
Oh, I leave it dirty on the counter. I come back, it's clean.
She actually snookered me. I thought I was snookering her. Darn.
Oh, sorry, Pat.
Gave that one away.
Oh,
Hey,
my goodness.
Chihuahua.
She says, after you ruin my bowls and my spoons, you expect to...
Yes, that's exactly it. And putting up with me melting lead, finally kind of figured, okay, you really need to do this outside. You gotta get this stuff out. But now this is, of course, after many, many years of me having dark rooms in the house with all the Dectol and Microdol X.
Oh, yeah, what could go wrong?
The smells, yeah. Coming out of the bathroom. Yeah, really? Okay. Sure. It is amazing that we're married. I haven't seen her in a long time. I wonder if did she go somewhere or is she coming back? I don't understand.
She left when Michelle left, and only Michelle came back.
How long are these leftovers good for anyway?
Did she date it? She didn't date the package.
She says, and look, is there any particular color of green that's not good on food? I mean,
You heat it up, everything will be
Just call it penicillin. What the heck?
Kill everything. Call it salad. That's meat with salad on it. That's what it is.
You get it to a high enough temperature, it's all right. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a hunting camp.
Ooh.
And you always have to be careful at a hunting camp of who you let bring the food. And because some people, I mean, I went to one where all the guy brought was these really hot sausages. That was it. That's what we had in camp for like a couple of days.
Ooh.
And you go, okay, yeah, we really should have gotten more specific on not just are you bringing the food, but exactly what is it that you're bringing for us to live off of here.
And PBJ works well.
Yep. Well, it's we had sausages and we had beer. Okay, thanks very much. We're not drinking the beer before we go hunting here, guys. And when you do, I'm not hunting with you. That's a real simple
Thank you for that clarification, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I actually showed up on a deer hunt one time. I was invited to. It was Alabama, hunting deer with dogs, which is a fun experience when it's done right. But when the guy met me at 4:30 with a beer in his hand, I knew this was not going well. Mm. And so about the time that first opportunity, it's just as they're putting everybody out to hunt, I said, God, I just remembered that I need to get back to see my wife. This is before cell phones. And about something, and I just kind of slipped out of there and found another place I had to be.
Good for you.
Understandable.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. No.
I can relate.
So, yeah, I know.
I breathalyze people at the range.
I know. I breathalyze myself, Have I been drinking?
I've been drinking.
I'm not sure. Here's the question. If you have to breathalyze yourself to find out if you've been drinking, you probably have had too much.
Yeah. And if you haven't had any, you really shouldn't be shooting.
There's that side of it, too. Yes, you're right, Bob.
Bill, Steve, whatever.
Where am I? I don't know. It's strange. So I go to the gun sight event with Colt, and they have a new lightweight commander. You were asking me before we did the show, Jim, about Colt. How are they doing with their bankruptcy?
Yeah, I was curious.
We'll actually have an interview with one of their key guys next week here.
Sweet.
So we have all the details. But it sounds very encouraging. And I will tell you, just honestly, they screwed up. They had leadership for quite a while that just said, all we need is the military contracts. We don't need to sell to the general market, the civilian market, if you will. And that was fine when they're selling gazillions of those M4 rifles. And then when that contract went away, they turned around and went, well, but wait, we don't have a commercial market anymore. Yeah, you haven't made any guns for the commercial market. And for the 20 years that you were asleep over there, everybody and his brother started making 1911s. Mm-hmm.
And good ones.
And good ones with the newer features, right, Michelle? That all the stuff that people used to have gunsmiths do to them.
Right, yeah. You used to take a Colt 1911, take it to a gunsmith and classify it as a race gun and have all kinds of, sights and
trigger jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. Extensions with the magazine releases and whatnot. And, these companies start putting them on every day. Yeah.
You could get it right out of the box. I mean, you could literally take one out of the box and go to the range and shoot competition with a lot of these guns. They're ready to go. So Colt's kind of having that, whoa, what just happened here? But they do have new leadership, and they're getting it back in. I think they kept talking about balance. We need the balance of, yes, the military, but we also have to have the commercial, and we have to have the law enforcement. So they're working on all of that. The one sad part of the whole story, and he didn't talk about it, but I'll share, because I learned this years ago when I was over there. I said, well, what about making those great double-action revolvers that you guys had, the Pythons and all that? Mm-hmm. He said, yep. He says, guess what?
It's gone.
The old guys there, they shipped off all of that tooling. It's all gone.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't you like to be the person that owns that?
They probably sold it for scrap. You just going, wow. And it would just it could be done, but it's an interesting question of, would you gear up from scratch today in today's market to make double-action revolvers? Is there enough market for it?
Yeah, right. On the upside of the CNC machining and computer-aided design stuff, you could make a really, really nice firearm.
Yes,
a lot quicker than you could have 30 years ago, but
right. And Smith & Wesson certainly does. They take advantage of that, but there's still handwork that revolvers are kind of like the over and unders and side-bys. You could do a lot of stuff with CNC, but in the end, you got to have somebody that knows what he's doing.
Hand assemble and time them
work and doing the fitting and that whole deal. But yeah, they could make. It's like, you remember, 20, 30 years ago, if you had a Smith & Wesson revolver in fact, if you got one of the old ones right now, and the side plate gets warped on it, it's a real major deal. because you basically have to send it back to them. They have to make one special because they were all over the place with them. Now with the CNC, they're all identical. They can, if you have a new Smith & Wesson revolver and you need a new side plate, they can just send you one. It'll drop right in. That's one of the beauties of that.
What series is Colt bringing back? Do you know, Tom?
That is a great question. They are going to offer both. But to what's not said, but what is said in your question is that a lot of people think, the Series 70 has better trigger pull. The Series 80 is an issue. I was shooting a Series 80 at the range, and it was as good. No, let me say this better. It was better than any out-of-the-box 1911 trigger I'd ever tried.
Wow.
Series 80.
There you go.
So I don't know what they're doing, but they have sprinkled some magic pixie dust on these things.
If that's what they have to concentrate on, I'm sure they're going to have to be at the top of their game for that to be successful.
Okay, you'll love this. You guys, imagine this. 2 weeks ago, I'm at the NASGW show. I'm in their booth, and they handed me the new 1911, this lightweight commander. And I'm looking at it, what's cool is I'm handling it and all that, and I flip it over, and I'm looking at the magazine well, and I'm just sitting there staring at it. And the guy across the table goes, "Yeah, I know." I said, "Okay, I don't have to say it, right?" He says, "No, you don't." It's just straight mag well. There's no bevel. There's no, like you've got these bigger mag wells now that make it faster to load.
Right.
And it's a straight government model type. He says, it will be there. We'll have it beveled out when it gets on, out to everybody. It said, but it was one of those deals where it says that's the difference between engineers and people who shoot. I said, yeah. Mm-hmm. And now they have people who shoot. They actually have a shooting team now, which is great because their shooting team, their pro shooters can come back and say, guys, this is what this needs. But people who don't shoot don't understand. Well, you just slip it in there. Yeah, but if I have to make like 2 stabs at this thing with a mag on a reload, I just lost the match.
That's true in a lot of industries, though. I was using a power stumper yesterday to take out some tree stumps. And after about 10 minutes using this, I'm like, why did they design it like that? And my buddy's like, well, typical, engineers, guys that are brilliant, but never use the stuff.
Right.
So they don't have any hands-on experience.
Exactly right. So I actually I said, look, if I were running a gun company and I was making defensive pistols, I would take all the key people and have them all do a full handgun class at Gunsight or Thunder Ranch or someplace. Not one of those one day, we're all going to go out and have a kumbaya, we're going to go shoot a little bit. No, you're going to put them through a 5-day class where at the end of it, you're bleeding all over your gun, and now you found every sharp edge that's on there. Every time you're doing a reload, and the sharp edges are scratching and tearing up your hands. And the second day, you got Band-Aids on. The third day, you got gauze on. You're going, that's what they've been talking about. Oh, I get that now.
Golly, you're really selling that position. Pick me.
Pain, bleeding, great.
Well, I mean, and you know what I'm talking about. When you sit there
Yes,
and you're
sir.
doing tap racks all day long.
Yep.
And you're going, I just tore up my hand.
They used to count on the military and all that type of stuff for all of that training and for all of that feedback. So now that they have their own teams, almost all of these companies have their own teams. It's probably a lot faster response time and then a quicker fix time for them as well before it goes out to the community.
Similar to racing cars, etc. They do their R&D in the field.
Yeah.
I guess bottom line is I'm very encouraged with what they're doing, and I'm pretty excited. Nobody, including the other gun companies, nobody wants Colt to go away.
Right.
It's iconic.
It's too good a name. Yeah. And so everybody's rooting for them. Now, at the same time, the other companies are going to try to beat their brains out on sales, but that's just what you do.
Well, sure.
But they don't want them to go away either.
Now,
so we're all excited going, okay, this is great.
That lightweight commander, just in 45?
No.
Did you mention 9 and I just didn't hear it? Or didn't you mention it?
I wasn't going to tell you.
Since you've asked.
Well, you know what I'm looking for. You're hiding it from me.
You know what I want, what I really, really want.
Yeah, what I really, really want.
You really want a 9, right?
Yeah, I'd love a 1911 9.
1911 9s are cool. I thought they were blowing smoke about this double recoil spring, honestly. You hear people say, this reduces recoil. Yeah, really? Physically, it can't reduce recoil. But what it can do is change how the recoil feels. And it's kind of like a gas-operated automatic shotgun. the impulse is going to be the same. I mean, the actual recoil, the force coming back, but if you spread it out over a longer period of time,
right,
or change the impulse, instead of being a smack, it's a shove.
Right.
And that's kind of what it feels like, which makes it easier to keep the sights on target and reduces the muzzle rise. And it really did work.
More of a slope than a direct hit, time-wise.
Yes,
impact
exactly.
over time.
You're doing XY graph axis thing.
Venn diagram.
I loved him in The Green Mile. I thought he was great. Wait, no, that's not it? Oh, I'm so confused.
Oh, my God.
It's got that big, deep voice. Venn diagram, yes. That's right. Okay, so. Yeah. But so let's see that. What else did what else did I see that was new and cool? Well, of course, I went into the pro shop at Gunsight. I wanted to buy something, but I'd already bought everything that was in there. So I said, okay, what do I not have that's in here? And I bought 2 of their Gunsight 4 Rules of Gun Safety metal signs.
Oh, cool.
And brought them back.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Gunsight 4 Rules of Gun Safety, metal sign, put them up somewhere. I offered to put one in Pat's closet, and I don't know why she turned me down on that deal. I just couldn't understand it.
Put them in a stack with the spoons and the bowls you ruined.
That's right, exactly. It's like, stay out of my closet. Okay. So I think I'll put one up at the office, just kind of one of those reminders to everybody there, because we're always handling firearms. All guns are always loaded, even when they're not. We treat them though they are. The whole deal. So, but you'll love this. Our 2 camera guys we have there, so they're running video. Both of them are gun guys.
Cool.
So they come out of the pro shop with the arm full of stuff. I think they lost money working this gig for us.
Thanks a lot, Gresham.
Yeah, okay.
They're not joking. You are the enabler.
That's right. Okay, you'll love this. 2 video guys, right? One of them has shot competitively, also is Formula One kind of guy, but also is involved in a company that makes aftermarket stuff for ARs and Glocks and 1911s. And the other one has a top secret clearance. Let's see, U.S. Marine Ramadi, and also worked at Camp David doing high security work and also they have a euphemism, special weapons. That would be the things that go bang really, really, really big. Cool. So both of them are real trained up gun guys. So it's wonderful from a television standpoint, because I work with camera guys who are not, and I've had to reach out and snatch them by the collar and drag them back. So those are actually real guns you're walking in front of. And with these guys, you don't worry about it. You go, yeah, you guys got this, because they shoot as much as anybody that's out there. Just from a standpoint of us producing good TV about guns, we get really good video shots when we have that kind of quality of people. We got good video guys, but they can only do what they can do with the guy who's on camera. So what are you going to do?
We can't fix that.
Can't fix that.
Makeup.
Can't even fix it. Yeah, can't even fix it in post, as they say. We'll fix that in post. Oh yeah, we're going to put in somebody else as the host. That'll work. Actually, if you had enough money, they could do that with CGI.
Yes, they
couldn't
could.
they?
Well, they have automatic dialogue replacement. They could do it with a character.
There you go. Speaking of CGI, just because I needed some mindless downtime on the flight back from Arizona last night, the airline, one of the options was to watch San Andreas with The Rock, all about, basically California goes, haywire with the earthquakes. It was like the ultimate disaster movie. At every point, things were crashing, falling down, flooding, catching on fire, blowing up. I don't care what, there was always something going on. And after a while, you're just going, this is cool. Just blow everything up. I don't care. Everything's going to fall down. Everything's going to flood. It's just, and guess what? And the good guys, they're going to get out alive. Surprise, surprise.
You just saved me $8, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, our guys went to see the new James Bond movie. 2 thumbs down.
Oh, yeah?
They did not like it.
Okay.
Really?
So, yeah, I was surprised. They wanted it to be good. That's the one thing is okay, well, if you went into it thinking it's not good, but they wanted it to be good, and they're going, man, it was like slow. Said they had the first 3 minutes were really good, and after that it just was slow and not working, and like it's a good actors but bad writing. And we've all seen movies like that, right? Where you got good actors and bad writing, and there's just nothing you can do with it. So kind of you might just start checking the reviews after this first weekend and see, because everybody's caught up in the fact that it's just released, and then people start doing reviews and going, try Rotten Tomatoes, see what they say. We should have a Rotten Tomatoes for guns. Wait, that's a gun talk.
Nice.
Wait, what am I saying?
We're constantly reviewing.
We are reviewing. The problem is there are not really very many stinkers out there.
Well, and we talked about that. That's basically the manufacturing. The tolerances have gotten so good. I mean, like you talked about, 40 years ago, trying to buy a competition box, a gun in the box. Yeah. Good luck.
Or a rifle that would shoot 1 inch. It was almost unheard of 40 years ago to get a hunting rifle that would shoot 1 inch groups. And now you practically send it back to the factory if that's all it'll do is 1 inch.
That's right. I think the demand has gotten to be so much more that they have to, otherwise we won't tolerate it. And the ammunition, like you say over and over again, has stepped up.
Yeah.
And changed the world.
And how much has the internet played a part of that? Where it used to be, a manufacturer could say, "Well, we've never seen that problem before," and now you go, "Well, yeah, here's a website that shows that 42 people have the same problem."
Right.
You go, "Oh, wait, yes, I guess we can't say that anymore."
Virtually instant feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of makes everybody honest when you can see the experience. Now, we did have the guy today who called who. He liked his Glock, but he carries a Smith M&P, I think he said, on the job. He's the sheriff department.
Yep.
He said he had malfunction with that. And, of course, I'm thinking, well, you could have a malfunction with anything. I've had malfunctions with everything, whether it was a new gun, whether it was the way it was operated, whether it was duty ammo that was handed out, a lot of variables. But for whatever reason, that's kind of why we all have these individual reasons for picking whatever guns we like.
You're talking about reliability and malfunctions. I always thought, well, revolver, you get a revolver because they don't malfunction. You don't have to worry about swapping mags and jams and stovepipe and da-da-da-da-da. I've had revolvers malfunction.
Well, usually when I have one malfunction, it's because it's me. When I try to shoot a revolver fast, I sometimes will short stroke it.
Yeah.
And you passed right by a round. Mm-hmm. And so now you have a live round that you've skipped. You know what I mean?
Right. By the time you open the cylinder, you don't know where it's at either. You got to be aware of it.
Well, usually I'm aware of it. So the only solution to that is then when you get to the end, you've shot all the rounds, and you just go click, 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 bang.
Yeah.
And just keep pulling the trigger to the last. You get to the last one, it goes off, which really makes you look pretty like a doofus, Yeah, that dude really knows what he's doing.
What's your show?
Car talk. That's right.
Oh, my gosh. Cute. First day back, and she's got to slam the boss. That's great.
I was just playing along.
When was that next vacation coming? Okay.
I can take my fall vacation in winter.
I have that headhunter's phone number on here somewhere. Let me see.
Oh, you missed me. You know it.
We missed you. And you still... I have put in a call. We're trying to track down your revolver, which means that I will send it to you when I'm done with it.
Nice.
AKA sent to Tom's. Yeah.
That's right. And you know how to clean these, right? So I don't have to do that before it comes to you. Okay, good.
No, I
here's
don't.
your like new gun.
I can tell you what products to use, though.
That's right. It says Michelle Serino, Michelle Cleland. You guys are all in this together, aren't you?
No.
It's a Michelle thing.
No.
No.
It's a Michelle thing. Right, exactly. No, really, you guys, if you get a chance, check out the our YouTube channel for this show. It's really funny, the stuff they're doing. And Colton has, this 18-year-old, great big, really good young man. Just got his Eagle Scout and all, and he's a sharp dude. But he has a thing for bugs, and it really spooks him. So there's this scene they're cleaning, and this fly lands on his arm, and he looks at it like it's a snake. And Michelle says, "See, no flies are landing on me. Of course, I took a shower this morning." They just go at each other all day long like that. So it's funny. Besides, when you do it, you'll want to get over to the FTW ranch. You're going, okay, that's really some of the coolest shooting I've ever seen. Because they have life-size targets of Cape buffalo that charge you.
That is cool.
Yeah. Just shoot him, shoot him, shoot him!
How fast are they traveling?
Probably not as fast as a real Cape buffalo. They're probably doing 10 or 15 miles an hour.
Are they giving them like time constraints? I don't know how it works.
2 seconds to react or whatever.
Well, it's standing there, or you're standing there and it's coming at you, and you can't move. So it stops just before it gets to you, like a couple of feet before it gets to you. So, but you need to put some shots into it while it's coming with a bolt-action rifle.
Sounds like FATS training for hunters.
Yeah, it is, kind of, except it's outside and you're shooting, live ammo.
Kind of, but only totally different.
Kind of, but not video.
It's kind of the same. It's
scientific. You were searching for the sample, weren't you?
You really wanted me to do that, didn't you? Okay. Just because this is for everybody who asked for it.
It's kind of scientifical.
Thank you.
There you go. Somebody asked me, said, well, what is that from? And I went, yeah, I guess not everybody remembers that call.
That was cute.
That was our buddy who was he was growing the bulletproof leaves.
Mm-hmm. Organic ballistic vests.
Organic ballistic vest. I said, so it's like bulletproof leaves? He said, oh, yeah, kind of. And so he said, but you can understand it, but it's kind of scientifical. And then I said, what is? Oh yeah, I said, you really don't know a lot about guns, do you? And then I remember he says, well, yeah, my dad's name was Quick Draw.
Quick Draw McGraw.
My dad's name was Quick Draw. I'm going, huh?
Okay,
interesting. And your cousin is Baba Louie. So you got to be old to remember that.
Oh God,
Quick Draw McGraw.
Heck yeah.
His sidekick was Baba Louie.
Baba Louie.
That's right. I don't know. It's some deal. I think, unless I'm confusing all the cartoons from my black and white childhood, because everything was black and white back then.
Didn't Baba Louie talk like this? Quickstraw.
As a Quickstraw,
didn't he?
Which, by the way, I have a birthday this week.
You do?
And my birthday is on Veterans Day. So to all of the veterans out there, we do want to thank all of them, all of you guys and ladies,
and the families that support them as well.
And the families. You got it. Exactly right. Because it is a family commitment, isn't it?
Yes,
it's the whole deal. You're all in. All right. This young Marine's name is Ezekiel Dingle, D-I-N-G-L-E. His mom is Tisma Jewett, T-I-S-M-A J-U-E-T-T. If you can jump onto Facebook and you can send some support to Ezekiel, 19 years old, Marine. Said mom's saying he needs to know there are a lot of people that support our military. So anybody who's picks this up and would care to.
One more time on the name. And, Ezekiel Tingle?
All right. Ezekiel Dingle. D-I-N-G-L-E is the last name. Okay. E-Z-E-K-I-E-L. Ezekiel Dingle. And mom is Tisma, T-I-S-M-A, Jewett, J-U-E-T-T. And I've known Tisma for a number of years, been to various shooting programs with her. She's a hoot and a half, a lot of fun. And so knowing her, I know what a fine young man her son must be. So there you go. So anything we can do to send something his way. And at the same time, frankly, any active duty or any vet you see, take a minute, walk over and just say, hey, just thanks. Just simple, hey, thanks, appreciate it.
Yep.
You don't have to make a big deal out of it, but it is a big deal.
It doesn't hurt to buy one of them lunch now and then either. We've done that a few times.
Well, that's the other thing, and I know people that do. They do it quietly. They take care of it, and then they leave before the bill comes.
And they don't even know,
over
right?
There,
yep.
And they don't even know. Yep, exactly. That's pretty cool if you pull that off. So that works. All right. Well, you guys have a safe week. We will do this again next week. Michelle, I'm sure, will be on a vacation somewhere. So
Tahiti or something.
That's.
Wow.
You're welcome back. We like having you back.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm sorry.
Well done. Well played. Yes, indeed.
Who hugged you when you came in?
I know you did. I
miss my Michelle. I love my Michelle. I'll admit it publicly.
Every now and then I have to leave, so you know what you had when I was here.
That's right. You really didn't have any plans. It was just trying to.
There's a country song in there somewhere. I guarantee you. If you throw in a truck and a dog, you'd have a hit. By golly.
To find time to leave me, Michelle.
Close, but not quite there. You might go back and work on that one a little bit more. All right, guys, I am so out of here. Actually, people have said you've been out of here for a while, so that's okay, or at least out of it. That's right, and as I round up some more news, we will bring it to you. Take care.
Right.
Be good.
Bye.
Tell your friends about the Gun Talk After Show, a more informal setting featuring Tom, Michelle, and Jim commenting on topics that are important to you. Available on iTunes and other podcatchers, and the Gun Dealio smartphone app for iPhone and Android.